Yes, I am a home inspector, so when someone puts in a contract, I'm often referred by a real estate agent or friends or family. So we go through the home and look for safety issues, structural, anything that might cost a lot of money to repair, and then we provide a report to the buyer of the property, and then it gives a snapshot of the condition of the home. And then from there, they may ask the seller to repair some of those things to the home, or they may decide to take on the repairs themselves, but at least they have a sense of, the condition of the home. I've heard home inspection described as a parachute occupation where you came into it from something else. It's rare for somebody to come out of college and go straight into inspection. Usually there was a career ahead of that. So some people come from a trade, like an electrician, plumber. My background was advertising, so it was something completely different. But part of the job is marketing, so I have some of that to fall back on.
Good.
And in the state of Illinois, there's a license requirement. So it's an 80-hour course, which is something, but it's not a lot. And then you pass a test for the state of Illinois, and then and then you have a license.
Oh, okay. Could you tell us one of the most scariest buildings you've been into, either home or the most dramatic story we could discover?
Yeah, there was a home that was vacant where vandals had come in and taken out all the water supply piping, including the main water shutoff valve. So there was essentially 8 feet of copper pipe in the whole house, and the seller was not aware that all the copper was missing, or something happened, and the city turned on the buffalo box at the sidewalk. So when we walked in, when the buyer and I walked in, there was full city pressure flooding the basement, and fortunately there was a floor drain not very far away, but there was like about an inch of water in parts of the basement, and I was kind of crawling back in there to see what all was happening, because we heard this whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And the electrical panel was not turned on, and the buyer said, "Oh, we can get some lights down here. I'm going to turn this main breaker on." And I was like, "Don't touch that breaker. I'm standing in water."
Oh, that is scary.
But he did, yeah. So we ended up not even doing a report or inspection for that property, because they needed to make some repairs, and he ended up deciding not to buy that. I work with a firm with 20 inspectors in Chicago, and some of those guys have done a lot more commercial type properties, so I'm more likely to be, it's large enough where they need help anyway, so they'll bring in a second person for it. And like we did a property where they were repairing and washing tractor trailers, like for semis. So it had 10 bays where you could drive a tractor trailer in. It was a giant facility. So my manager did like the commercial side of it, and then they had office space and forced air furnaces like you would see in a house. So I did that piece while he was out, operating these doors that were, 20 feet high or something. Yeah, we want to make sure that things are functioning as they should, so we'll operate the air conditioner in the furnace. We run the furnace even in the hottest day of the summer for 10 or 15 minutes to make sure that it comes on and the flames look good. And then we give them a sense of manufacture and the age and the size of equipment and remaining useful life, and like the remaining life of the roof, what we estimate, so that they can budget for repairs, either things that need to be fixed now or budget to replace this, soon. In Chicago, we have a split-faced block.
What's that?
It's masonry units where they were, generally they're the sides of newer 6-flats or 3-flat buildings, and water can penetrate in. So they recommend that the outside of split-faced block be sealed, just to keep water from getting in. So that's one of the things we look for. If there's a spigot hose spigot on the outside, I try to run it and like splash some water up, and if it beads, kind of like a car wax, and you go, okay, it looks like this was sealed, and then we just recommend that they check with the seller or the condo association and ask when the sealing was done last, when the sealant was applied last. And then at a kitchen stove, there should be an anti-tip bracket so the stove doesn't go forward. It's missing probably 90% of the time.
Oh, wow.
So we always see that.
Right.
And at dishwasher drains, you want to see the hose come up close to the top of the sink underneath the cabinet, so that water can't go from the sink into the dishwasher, because it could just go downhill. So those are things that we often see.
Good. So tell us more about you personally. What do you like to do for fun?
I am really devoted to home inspection right now, but I hope to get back into things like running and biking, swimming. I swam in high school and college competitively, and then got into triathlons.
Oh, awesome.
From friends on the swim team. They said, hey, we're going for a run on Saturday morning, and then we're going to breakfast. And I was like, breakfast? Yeah.
So run for breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So
So it's
triathlons are
social
really a thing.
events, yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Are you from Chicago?
No, I'm from Des Moines, Iowa.
Oh, okay. And when did you move to Chicago?
I'm the youngest of 5 kids, so I followed the rest of them out after college. They all just said, come on out.
Oh, your family's here now in Chicago?
Yeah, I have a brother that's on Barry, pretty much
Yeah.
right behind us,
Yeah.
and then a sister in Winfield, which is near Wheaton,
Oh, yeah.
far western suburbs, and then another sister that was here moved back to Iowa.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's 3 of us here.
Okay, so family here. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.